Managing money used to take up a lot of my time. I'd spend hours tracking bills, subscriptions, and upcoming payments. Well, thanks to Rocket Money, everything is now organized in one place. It's so much simpler. The app shows every subscription you're paying for and lets you cancel the ones you don't need with only a few taps. Together, Rocket Money users have canceled subscriptions and saved over $880 million. Rocket Money also keeps track of where your money's going and gives you a heads up before your bills are due, or if your account balance is getting low. On average, Rocket Money users save more than $70 in their first month using the app. And here's what I really like about Rocket Money. It can move money into your savings automatically, so you put money aside without even thinking about it. It makes managing your money a whole lot easier. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/Kim. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. rocketmoney.com/Kim.
No one goes to Hank's for his spreadsheets. They go for a darn good pizza. Lately, though, the shop's been quiet, so Hank decides to bring back the $1 slice. He asks Copilot in Microsoft Excel to look at his sales and costs and help him see if he can afford it. Copilot shows Hank where the money's going and which little extras make the dollar slice work. Now Hank has a line out the door. Hank makes the pizza, Copilot handles the spreadsheets. Learn more at m365copilot.com/work.
I'm not giving up. I am selling the building.
The final season of FX's The Bear.
The restaurant is flooded.
Everything's either going to be okay.
No, stop!
Or not.
We are outgunned and we are outmanned, but we have each other.
FX's The Bear, the final season. All episodes now streaming on Disney+.
Well, look at you. You got the Kim Komando Show podcast. You are so smart, and I heart you for that. And now if you listen to the show on radio, it's 3 hours. Well, it's not 3 hours as a podcast because it doesn't include all those commercial breaks. But you do get it in one big file. And we do separate the hours so you'll hear what's coming up in the next hour and the next hour. So make sure that, it's not hours. They're about, I guess you'd say, like 30 minutes for each one. And joining me, of course, is our co-host, Andrew Babinski.
It's all the same great information. We just got sleek, nice, new packaging.
And, what are the benefits of getting the podcast?
You hit play one time and you roll through the entire show. It makes it easy. It's all packaged up perfect for you. It's the entire show, all the information just shortened down for you.
You know what I think is best about the podcast?
Yes.
Is that, I always have such amazing jokes.
Oh, no, that's the reason why we have a fast forward button.
No, with the podcast, you can back up and you can hear the joke over and over again until you memorize it. And then when you see your family members and friends, you can say the joke.
Just skip to the subject part of the Kim Komando Show podcast. It's the much better part.
All right. Okay. Well, sit back and enjoy. I could totally see this running around my house.
Okay.
It's a 6-foot robot.
6 foot?
Yes.
Taller than everyone in the household.
By at least 4 feet. Poor guy.
What is it?
Huh?
What does it do?
Oh, it's amazing. It has the name Neo, and it can lift 200 pounds.
Okay.
It folds the laundry.
Okay.
Does the housework.
Right.
Vacuums.
Is this a legitimate thing, or is this coming soon, summer 2028?
No. They say that you can buy it now. You can put a deposit down. Let me see. They want $20,000 down, and you can order it right now. And when it ships, it's going to be $499 a month. So $500 a month.
A subscription fee on your robot.
Isn't that nuts?
And you don't pay the bill. It's just going to power down and stand in the middle of the living room.
Like the Wizard of Oz guy. Just
or
stand
murder
there.
You.
Yes. Oh, God, that'd be awful. You pay or else. You pay or else.
Okay, I'll get my credit card.
Okay, I'm thinking about getting one.
Okay.
Because I think it'd be just amazing. Now, would you want one?
Oh, absolutely. To do all the chores? Sure.
Yes. The promo video, it looks like science fiction. That has just totally come true. The Wall Street Journal folks, they got their hands on one, and they ran it through some real chores.
Okay.
And said that it actually did work. But this is where the dream gets a little strange, because every single task that the robot pulled off, it wasn't necessarily thinking, it wasn't learning. I'll tell you more about that in just a second.
I am intrigued.
You're going to be, I don't know if you'll be shocked because you're a little tainted when it comes to AI and robots and things like that.
That's a fair criticism.
You call it a toaster.
It is. It's a toaster people talk to.
Did you see the new Amazon self-driving car?
No,
Jeff
not
Bezos
yet.
car? It really does look like a toaster. It does.
They must be watching the show.
I had to get a picture of it just because I'm like, yeah, it really does. Andrew's right. It does look like a toaster. Okay, this is the catch. So you imagine you've got this 6-foot robot running around in your house, and it does whatever you want it to do. Load the dishwasher, clean up the dog poop. Doesn't matter what it is. You could be sitting in your comfy chair watching the World Cup, and you could say, go get me a beer.
Sure.
And it's going to go get you the beer. And in order to do these things, you have to be in expert mode. And expert mode is that there's somebody doing all of the robot's tests.
It's not a... No.
Yes. Expert mode. This is what it is. The CEO told the Wall Street Journal, if we don't have all this data, we can't make the product better. And so before you buy one, there's some safety concerns, obviously.
Well, you're going to buy this. You're going to pay $500 a month, $20,000 down, so that someone can see into your home at all times.
That's the part I don't like.
Of course, that's the part you don't like.
But I really like the part of one of the things I hate to do is fold laundry.
Okay.
I mean, I will wash the floors. I will pick up dog poop out of the yard. But when it comes to folding laundry, I think it is complete waste of time.
You only have 2 people in your home.
Yes.
We have 7.
Oh
Imagine folding that laundry.
No.
But I don't want someone peering into my lives 24/7.
No.
Just so I don't have to do the dishes. That is not a trade I'm willing to make. Also paying for that trade.
There's a real person somewhere located in the United States that is telling that robot, lift it up, pick it up, fold this, do this.
No,
do
thanks.
This. No?
Because I was going to ask, is it even connected to the internet? Because I would worry that the videos were being transmitted. This is a billion times worse.
Yes, it is. This is really bad.
I mean, think of this. This person could then have the robot. Let's say you leave.
Yes.
You and Barry go to Pilates. And then the person controlling the robot goes into your bedroom, opens up your jewelry box, empties all the jewelry into something, has the robot go, place it in the front yard. Carl pulls up, scoops it up, and gone.
See, I didn't even think about that.
They're in your home at all times.
But I didn't think it would steal my diamonds. I never went into all that.
Surrogate stranger in your home at all times. This is a horrible product.
Well, it's the Neo, in case you want to check it out.
I don't.
Neo.
I don't want to. I've checked it out, and I'm unchecked.
And if it ever wants to order dinner, you know what? It likes its steak.
Okay.
Well done.
Well done?
Yes.
That's awful.
Okay. And so I guess we should say goodbye.
Can we? Already?
Because it's binary. No, come on. That was really good. You see, let me tell you, we are on a roll because we're just getting started here with the Kim Komando Show. It's the nation's largest, biggest, best award-winning show about all things digital because after all, I'm Kim Komando. It's funny how that really works. And joining us is Andrew Babinski. Just a reminder, you can get the show as a podcast wherever you get your podcasts. But in case you're more of like a visual type person, you want to go to YouTube.
YouTube.com/Kim Komando. Go subscribe. I'm a YouTube user. I think YouTube, for the first time ever, it took over, 51% of all streaming?
Yeah, it is. It's a
huge.
force. It is a force.
And with the shows that I watch on YouTube, I subscribe because when they post something new, I get a little notification. I don't have to search anything. I don't have to go to the channel. It makes it really easy. Comment, like, share, subscribe.
And, I spoke to a bigwig over at YouTube.
Oh, Ted YouTube?
Yes. Actually, it wasn't Ted. It was his brother, Tom.
Oh, Tom is a nice guy.
And interesting stat about our YouTube channel is 75% of our views on our YouTube channel are coming from new people.
Non-subscribers.
Right.
So someone subscribes and goes, well, I don't like that anymore.
No, not that. God, you're going to spin a negative on everything. No, they're really looking for me, not you.
Sure.
No, it's the shorts
that
are
okay,
bringing
yeah. Nice.
So if you have a YouTube channel and you're like saying, well, I don't know if we should be doing shorts. You should be doing shorts.
Make them work.
All right, we're going to start out with a warning. Someone could be watching your house right now. We're not talking about the Neo robot. Okay. We're talking about someone could be tracking when you come home, when you leave, when the lights go on, when the lights go off, and who visits your house. And it's actually a growing trend because you can buy these little cameras that you can put in your yard that look like that we are showing on the screen.
Okay.
And some of them are actually even smaller. There's like rocks and speakers, and some look like plants and leaves. And so what's happening is that the thieves are now casing people's homes, first by going to Google Maps to see what kind of house it is and to make sure it's worth even
Who's got
getting
the fancy stuff?
Yeah, exactly. And then looking at also Zillow to see what's on the inside of the house. And then they're planting these security cameras in people's yards so that this way they can get instant notification when that person leaves or when they come back. And so here are some telltale signs. If you ever come home and there's a flyer on your door like, oh, this was like Goodwill, we wanted to see if you want to do a pickup or anything like that.
Right.
They just did that to see if you were home.
And then since they know you're not home, they plant the camera.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the other thing that they are doing now is that the homes that they are actively going after, they will take like kids' chalk and draw like pictures on the sidewalk. And so if you're ever sitting there like going, oh, look at the cute flowers that are on the sidewalk.
Why are they signifying to other bad guys that this is a target?
Mine. Yeah, this is mine.
Okay. Oh, it's like tagging.
Yeah, don't even go there.
Okay.
So what do you do? Okay, you look at your Wi-Fi network because sometimes they are tapping into your home Wi-Fi. They're normally powered by solar. Some of these are like those trail cams that they have cards that actually SD cards that you can take in and out. And so they're actually going in and getting the cards.
Are they putting them in the bushes?
Yes.
Are they putting them on? So they're really hiding them.
Yes.
So this isn't like a drop and go. They have to sit there and actually do the work to place the camera.
It's not that hard. It'd probably take them 30 seconds. Just like boom, bomb.
What was that again?
That was boom, bomb, pom, pom, bomb.
Boom, bomb. This is why people come to the Kim Commander YouTube channel.
Yes.
For boom, bomb.
Well, because if we ever start making money, we would have the budget for really good sound effects.
That's true. We need more subscribers.
So these cameras, right? I shudder at the thought.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Just go. Next story.
Yes. All right, Netflix. Oh, boy, this is going to really... with your family, 5 kids.
Okay.
Okay. That they are now requiring for everybody to have that has an individual profile to pony up a valid email address.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Well, this is how they're getting rid of all the people that may be using somebody else's account.
But if you have a valid email address, you don't have to pay anymore.
No, but they're tracking how many people are actually using it.
You just simply go down to one profile. Done. There, I've gotten through the loophole.
Yeah, but there are some people like that I would not want to share a profile with Barry.
Why?
He was actually watching the Waltons yesterday.
The Waltons? Really? Was this on an 8mm camera?
And I was like,
did you hear the projector rolling in the background?
I'm sitting there going, this is like John Boy music. I'm like,
Kim, change the film.
Oh my gosh. It's crazy. I'm not familiar with this because I don't play a lot of video games.
Okay.
But Netflix, they've been trying to get into the video game business.
It's so annoying.
Is it?
Because when you go to Netflix to watch something, they're pushing it so hard that it's like the second option. And if you hit something, I thought a game was a show. So
did you
I
really?
saw the preview box. I'm like, well, that looks interesting. I clicked on it. Now I'm in this whole game interface, and you have to exit and get out. It's annoying.
You're like, I just wanted to watch a show.
That looked really good.
Well, they have something called Unhinged.
Okay.
And you play Ava, voiced by Zoe Kravitz, and you're trapped in an apartment building during a hurricane. Now, your only lifeline is your phone. So Claire, voiced by Stranger Things actress Stan Sink, calls you in the game your real phone.
That's cool.
Calls your real phone. And then when the lights go out, you have to move around with a flashlight, move around the room. And so it's kind of like
it's like a horror game.
Yeah, interactive experience. And Night School Studios behind it. The game's free. It comes out next week.
That's really cool.
Unhinged.
I would actually sit around with all the kids and play it.
Let's see. We have Meta's new glasses. They ditched the Ray-Bans name, and so now they're just calling Meta glasses.
Did they exit the partnership?
They probably figured out that they could make more money if they just manufactured their own glasses.
Or they figured no one's buying them with Ray-Ban's name on them. Maybe they won't also buy them without it.
I don't think that was in the marketing plan.
I would be curious to see the numbers because I don't know anyone who has them. Literally.
Somebody
Not
must.
one person.
Well, here's the deal. I think in order to spark sales, they came up with a new version of the glasses. It's called the Starfire Edition.
Okay.
$399. They did the deal with Kylie Jenner. Okay, so she's now the endorser for these. The AI assistant talks in her voice, like, hi.
Gosh, okay. I'm still waiting for a selling point here.
Okay. Wait, there's a mirror in the case. So in case you want to see how you look,
Right.
you can look at the mirror inside your case.
Got a mirror on my phone. Just turn the camera backwards.
There's camera, live translation in 20 languages, walking directions. Wired said that there's a facial recognition code called name tag sitting on 50 million phones running Meta's app right now. And Meta's like, but it's not turned on.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Just wait.
Okay, but let's talk about this. I know this is out of our wheelhouse just a little bit.
Okay.
Have you seen the before and after pictures of Kylie Jenner?
No.
You
This is
haven't?
going to shock you. No.
You haven't?
I don't know.
Okay. She's stunningly beautiful.
Okay.
She is. But I think we have a before and after that we're going to show here so that you can actually see that how much plastic surgery that they really have.
Is this before and after she put on the glasses?
No, this is before and after that they...
Is it dramatic?
It's dramatic.
Because none of the Kardashians look like they used to look.
No. Kendall says that she didn't have any plastic surgery.
But is she lying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She is. Because when you look at the picture, like, I think you did.
Kim, I don't know what she really looks like now because she's been through so much transformation, but she used to be absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
I don't know why it changed. Just age gracefully. It's fine. We get older.
It happens.
It happens.
I know. What else are you going to do? As my mom said, think of the alternative.
Right. You're dead.
Okay, now this next story, I want to tell you right now, we are not getting political.
You might not be.
I don't want anybody to just send me notes like, oh, Kim Commando, at least he didn't kill somebody to become president.
Okay.
Talking about Tricky Dick.
Okay.
Richard Nixon.
Right. I'm not a crook.
Not a crook. Now, what's happening is that he's now trending all over social media. And there's something called Nixon maxing. Nixon maxing. Here, take a listen and let's watch it.
Nixon is from nothing. Self-made man, the Abe Lincoln of California, who was vice president of the United States 6 years after getting out of the Navy. Kennedy, I see a silver spoon. Nixon, I see myself.
Out in the six, I'm a national treasure. That bad me gon' bad me forever.
Okay.
We got Nixon edits going on right now?
Yes, and they're calling him a national treasure.
Is he now?
Yes.
Really?
And so
Have they read about the scandal?
You have Don Draper clips that we just saw.
Yeah. John Hamm.
Cinematic slow motion. The rap music.
They're edits. Those are what the kids call edits.
It looks like a motivational poster.
Absolutely.
Like, you're going to be... Now, who do you think is behind this?
The RNC?
That's a good guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Another sound effect.
Boop, boop.
That was close. His own foundation.
Oh, okay. So it's a fundraising thing.
No. A PR team is doing chest compressions on his presidential legacy so that this way he will be remembered as a great guy.
That's it?
Yes.
They don't want money out of this?
Nope. It's a new playback.
They just want people to think
he's getting a glow up.
he is that fond of him?
He was really, really a great guy. So Watergate gets cool because somebody added some bass. I mean... Did you hear that Nixon bumped into Gerald Ford in a hallway once?
Oh, did he now?
Yes. And he said, oh, pardon me. And Ford did. Yes, that was a good one.
Yeah, he was impeached. Are they glossing over that part?
Yeah, well, that is not part of the whole PR routine.
Interesting.
He was just a great guy.
Sure, absolutely.
Now, the interesting one is who's paying for all this? Because, it takes money to do those videos.
Well, you said the foundation. Well, what does it take? You go on Fiverr and hire someone for $500 to make an edit of it?
Oh, Fiverr. Yeah, you can imagine. We need you to take President Nixon and mix him with this rapper and put him up on a pedestal.
No problem. Give me 24 hours.
We'll get it all done, says somebody in India.
Bangladesh.
Hey, if you haven't already, make sure that you get our free newsletter. About 1 million folks get it every single morning, and the open rates are crazy. And thank you for all the positive feedback, too. Some great 5-star reviews, over 1,000 over at Trustpilot. Sign up right now at getkim.com. Once again, that's getkim.com.
Question for you.
Yes.
So Lisa, the other night, she walked into the kitchen, opened up the pantry, and I mean, it looked like 7 bombs went off. There was so much stuff.
Cereal.
It's just everywhere, unorganized. And then she grabbed a box and it was empty. Grabbed another box and it was empty.
That's frustrating.
And now we're just going down on the kids like, seriously, you got to help us out. So I took a picture with my phone. And I went to ChatGPT and I said, I want to organize this pantry. What's the best way to prevent kids from stacking things on top?
Lock it.
Throw away boxes. And, you know, it gave me some great ideas. But then at the bottom, it was 4 links to purchase products.
Yes.
And I was like, is this the future of artificial intelligence?
It is.
Isn't it going to be in every landscape of when we use AI, or just when we're asking for advice and it can tie into products?
I think anytime it can tie into a product, it will. And what's interesting about that is I just got an email yesterday that said I was selected to participate in the beta for ads in ChatGPT.
Oh, well, lucky you.
I know. So I went to sign all up. And here's what the part that I thought was interesting is that, so they had the company name filled out. They had my email address. And it said, you know, we need certain information about you in order to let you place ads into ChatGPT. And it said, while we are verifying you, it's okay. Just go ahead and place your ads.
Yeah, sure. Why not? It's Wild Wild West. Who cares?
I'm like, okay, not a problem. All right. I know that you love Waymos.
I do.
Okay. What is the biggest advantage for getting in a Waymo?
For me, it's like someone back in like the 1970s where they came to your house and then they installed cable television. And you're looking at something that you've always done, the way it's always been, and you see the future. It is literally the future. I had a conversation with one of my uncles, like, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. And he is a computer genius. He runs a company's IT side. He knows everything there is to know. And he's sitting there going, there's no way. It's absolutely impossible to have a self-driving car. Do you know how many roads they have to map and how many times and how unsafe it is? And I'm like, we're doing it. It's the future.
Okay. I still have not gotten in a Waymo.
Which blows my mind.
Okay, I was close to getting in a Waymo. This close to getting in a Waymo. But I read about Elliot in San Francisco. Hello, Elliot. Thank you for being with us.
Hello.
So
thank you for having me.
So tell us what happened.
So just off the bat, like also, I agree. I think Waymo self-driving is the future. It feels like that little future that we all imagined as kids, which is fun. I just wanted to add to that. But my experience was a little bit freaky. I've taken Waymos in San Francisco a few times this year, and I've had no problems in the city, despite there being pictures and stuff of Waymos stopping in the street. But I was at an event in San Mateo with my fiancée, and it was late at night, and we had to get home. It was going to take an hour. And one of the best things about Waymo is that people don't know is that you can connect your Spotify and you can have karaoke in the car. And karaoke in the car.
Now that's the future.
Like, amazing. That is the future. That we can sing all the songs we want. So we were singing along, and we looked for some Ubers and Lyfts before that to see if there were any available, but it was late and no one was picking up, and there was long wait times. So like, why not do the Waymo? But it goes on the highway, and we haven't done that before. So we decided to get the Waymo and give it a test, and everything was going okay. And then we got to a junction, and we saw that there was a backup. It was like, is there a crash? What's going on? There's a huge queue, a traffic jam, as we call it in the UK. And it turns out there's construction on the freeway. And so as we get onto the freeway, everyone's merging to the left. They're trying to get into the left lane. And the Waymo suddenly starts acting a little bit weird. It goes from its like smooth automated driving to a little bit jerky and a little bit freaky. And on the screen flashes, this ride is being monitored. Please strap up and we're going to pull over. And we're like, okay, this is interesting. I don't know what's going on here, but it still was trying to merge left. But I liked it. It was a weird moment because Waymo has this very like smooth operation. Like it never feels like a human's driving it, which is like good in a way. It feels very like, I don't know, it feels very safe. But this time it was moving quite erratically, almost like someone was controlling it. I don't know if they were or were not. And then suddenly, out of the blue, it felt like a scared animal. It started changing its direction to go right. So it started weaving through cars slowly. Oh. And then on the right-hand lane was a construction lane. So there were lights and signs and there were cones. The Waymo goes through the cones, speeds up to highway speeds on this construction lane. At this point, me and my fiancée were like, well, this is the way we're going to go, isn't it? Like, this is it. We're done. We don't know what's happening here. It is going full speed. Down this construction lane, we can see trucks and lights and everything, people working on the road in the distance, and it wasn't slowing down. Suddenly, behind us, we hear a siren and the highway patrol shouting, "Stop, Waymo, stop, Waymo." It didn't stop.
How frightening.
And at this point, we're like, I don't know what I can do. I don't know if I can even jump in the front of this and it's going to do it into the front of the car and do anything. I don't know what to do. We can't. The doors are locked. No one's picking up on the screen. You can hit a call support. No one was picking up. And eventually, actually, it got to the people in the construction where people were paving the road or something, and it did slow down. And it weaved through all of them, over some potholes, what they were fixing, and then pulled off into a neighborhood where eventually, finally, at the nick of time, someone reached down and said, hey, are you okay? Where were you a minute ago?
Oh, gosh.
So wait a minute. Once you got through the construction, the cops just let you go?
Yeah, no one followed us off the highway. Like once we were off the junction, they were gone.
That was
like,
California Highway Patrol. They were just the highway.
Yeah, I think so.
But they knew it was a Waymo, so they knew no one was going to be held responsible.
I guess that's what it must be. I thought at least we'd get out the car and we'd be told off. I don't know. I didn't know at that point. I was like, is this our fault?
No, it's not your fault.
Yes. What did I do?
You don't know. You're like getting chased. It's like, what's happening?
Okay, so it pulls off to the side, and then do the doors open?
Yeah. So the operator came on and was like, "Hey, from what I could witness of the last few minutes, it looks like it was a stressful moment." And we're like, "Yes." And they were like, "Do you want to get out of the car?" We're like, "Yes." They were like, "Are you sure you don't want to continue the ride?" We were like, "Absolutely not." Eventually, we called an Uber. We got an Uber and drove us home. But yeah, that was.
And then Waymo contacted them with a $50 gift card.
Oh, 50? You think it was that high?
Three free rides up to 40% off. You're not wrong.
Oh, 40% off.
Wait a minute. 3 free rides up to 40% off?
Wait, no, hold on. 3 free rides up to $40 each.
Oh, okay.
Up to $40 each.
For the traumatic experience.
Will you ever get in a Waymo again?
Probably not on the. I don't think they're allowed on the highway anymore. But no, probably not.
Okay.
Not anytime soon.
Well, see, so that's so. So Elliot, thanks for being with us. And now this is why. I mean, what if this were to happen to me? Think of all the responsibility I have in my life.
What if you got an Uber driver who was drunk? Thank the silence. Oh, the silence to that question.
I could say stop and pull over.
And he doesn't. He just keeps going.
No, he would, because I'd call 911 right on my phone. I'd have Uber safety, and we'd shut that guy right down.
Getting on the roads in America is not safe, right? You take risk.
Of course.
No matter if you're behind the wheel, if I'm behind the wheel, or if a robot is behind the wheel. It's not you're taking a risk, no matter where.
You can't even say that. This guy was blowing through a construction zone.
I can Google search right now all the accidents that happen in the
valley last night. He was driving through the construction zone.
Right.
Okay.
Well, we've seen stories where people drive Bentleys through the toll bridges and drive off the side of it.
I'm not even going to go there.
This is not the definition.
Yeah, you know what? I was this close to going in Waymo. This close. And then I'm sitting there, I'm listening to Elliot. Once again, I'm saying, you know what? I know too much about technology.
You're part of the fear machine. We're never going to put a caller on that says, "Hey, I took a Waymo last night. It was fine. Thanks, Rob. Appreciate the call."
I am so pro technology. You can't say that.
So why are you so against this?
Because I know how computers operate. I have a degree in computer science. I mean, I know this. I know things that glitch out. This was obviously a glitch.
You've also met crazy people, yet you get on the road with them every single day.
But I'm not in the car with them.
I don't get it.
That's just not it. Not getting in Waymo.
It's amazing technology.
Maybe I should try the Amazon car.
I've been in the Tesla self-driving.
I would never do that.
I knew that was going to set you off.
Never.
When I was in Las Vegas, I went from the Strip to my buddy's house in the suburbs, And the driver was like, hey, I want to do self-driving. You guys mind? We said no, and we just watched it the whole way, do all the driving.
You know, you can't do that. You have 5 kids.
I'm alive.
Yeah.
I made it.
Do you know with pets, they have something called grimace scales?
No.
You didn't. I didn't know that either.
That's the purple thing from McDonald's. Grimace.
What was that? What is that guy called?
Grimace. Yeah,
is it Grimace? No, it's not Grimace.
Yes, it is.
I can't remember the last time.
Someone please back me up. See,
is
I'm getting
it
backed
okay?
up.
It's Grimace.
Oh, I got people in the booth telling me you're right.
I told you it was Grimace.
Stop.
So there's a Grimace scale, and that vets use, and so now AI can look at your pets. They say with a 95% accuracy, and say whether or not your cat or dog is not doing well.
Like health-wise.
Yes. So what you do is you take a video of your pet's face, and then you open up ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude or whatever, and you say, here's my cat or dog, based on the veterinarian Grimace scales, check for any signs of pain. Tell me what you notice, if I should call my vet, and don't reassure me if you're not really that sure. So I tried it on Abby.
Did it say go to the vet?
No. It said Abby was content.
Oh, okay.
And
not happy, just content.
She was just sitting around.
You know what would make Abby happy?
What?
If you took her in a Waymo.
No. You know what? Abby loves Bella. But sometimes Bella gets annoying. So I think...
that's how all siblings are.
So I think it was... I mean, I was coming down the stairs, and Abby was waiting at the bottom, and Bella was walking right next to me. And so as soon as Bella gets off the stair, Abby pounces on her like I'm so ticked off of you.
Who do you think you are?
So anyway, if you missed that prompt, make sure that you sign up for our free newsletters because it's going to be the lead story in the newsletter on Tuesday.
Oh, nice.
So that's it. Getkim.com to sign up. And if you do your cat, just know they might want a second opinion because a CAT scan.
Oh, gosh. That was awful.
Hey, we have more of your phone calls coming right up.
So bad.
Picture this. Your phone buzzes. It's your kid's number. It's your kid's voice panics saying there's been an accident and you need to wire money now. You'd do it. Any of us would. That's exactly what the scammer's counting on. Here's how it works. Criminals buy your phone number from data brokers, companies you never heard of selling your life for pocket change. Then they grab 3 seconds of your kid's voice from social media, clone it with AI, and make the call. This has happened to 1 in 4 Americans. One dad lost $15,000 protecting his child who was never in danger. That's why I use Incogni. It contacts data brokers and forces them to delete your personal info before it can be used against you. It's also independently audited by Deloitte. Right now, you can save 60%. The cost, about $7 a month for your privacy. Here's what you need to do. Go to privacykim.com and protect your family before somebody else profits off of them. I use Incogni, and you should too. Go to privacykim.com. That's privacykim.com. Back to the phone calls we go with Cindy in Houston, Texas. Hi there, Cindy.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for your call today. So you sent me a note, and it was amazing.
Right.
I was so excited that I want you to tell everybody the story.
All right. I'll be happy to. Thanks for helping my brother save a ton of money on his medical bill. He had an ablation done at a facility as an outpatient, and he had a few little complications, and they decided to keep him overnight. And he was hit with a huge, almost $200,000 bill. So I had read your, I believe it was in Splash of AI, I read about having ChatGPT help with going through your itemized bill. And I have a healthcare background, so I thought it was really great. So anyway, when I heard from my brother that he got such a high bill, I told him exactly what you said to do. I gave him exact verbiage from your Splash of AI, I do believe, and told him to get his itemized bill and then to go to ChatGPT and explain he needed review. And he got back an excellent review of multiple duplicate charges, multiple wrong ICD-9 codes, comments on the facility charge, which was alone $92,000. And so he decided he wanted to send a letter. And then ChatGPT actually even told him, here's what you need to tell them when you send a letter. He sent the letter to the CFO of the facility, and he also sent it to his insurance company. And what he got back was something that helped save him $46,000. So
isn't that ridiculous?
I couldn't believe it. And what happened was there were so many different ICD-9 codes that were wrong, duplicate charges, so many things on his bill. When I saw it, I couldn't believe it. And so they reviewed everything, and all of the charges from the hospital, with the exception of the facility fee, they knocked that charge from 90-something thousand down to around 40-something thousand, and they paid 46 on that 90-something thousand. My brother only had to pay $3,900, which met his deductible for the year for a catastrophic medical billing. And now all he has to do is he and the hospital are still talking about the facility fee, which was more than double what normally charged. But $46,000 just from doing exactly what you said to do with ChatGPT, reviewing that itemized bill.
Wow.
What did that probably take? Like 5 minutes?
That's it.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, it just comes right, came right back to him. I mean, and he was amazed. He doesn't have a medical background or anything, but he was amazed. He said, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. And I got an email the other day that said, hey, thanks for your help. I said, don't thank me, thank Kim.
Sign up for the free newsletter, buddy.
Absolutely. Well, yeah. And in fact, you did. You got a new fan now.
Well, that is just amazing. I mean, think about that. Like, $46,000 saved on a medical bill. They say that 80% of all medical bills have errors.
Well, wouldn't we say that insurance companies have got to be doing this on the back end as well?
I would think so. I would hope so.
Yeah, because they're the ones saving the money in the long run.
For sure. Cindy, thanks for your call today, and also thanks for your note that you sent me. I appreciate that. Gene in Minneapolis, welcome aboard, Gene. It doesn't look like you're having a good day. I see instead of saving money, it looks like you've lost, almost $60,000?
Whoa.
Yeah, just about. Yeah, it's got me tied here. So I'm happy to talk to you.
Yeah, so what's going on?
So this usually happens before a 3-day weekend. I'll start getting texts from my bank that says, here's your code to get into your account. And I'll get them repeatedly. And the first time, it took me about 3 or 4 times to realize, hey, somebody's trying to get a code. This isn't mine. So this was like on a Friday evening, about 9 o'clock. Went into my account, and some money had been moved. To start with, I'm a professional fiduciary. I'm a conservator, attorney in fact, trustee, that kind of thing. So I have a lot of accounts in several banks. So they had moved some money from one account to another of my clients. And, of course, by then I couldn't get to the bank until Tuesday. They weren't answering the phones or anything. And so by the time I got into the bank, $57,000 had been taken from one of my clients' accounts.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about what might be going on, okay?
Okay, great.
Is that they like to pick weekends because they know that nobody's working on Monday. And they like to do it on a Friday because a lot of times there are skeleton crews, working at banking and financial facilities because it's a 3-day weekend.
Also, they need the money to party.
There is that. But what you
for taking it.
But what you need to do is to really, you need to run a full scan and probably do a factory reset because I don't know what's on that machine. But there could be an info stealer. They could have cloned your email. You can look at some of your email rules to see if they're forwarding any type. If there could be like you get an email in and they will set a rule that will automatically forward that email to them. But there's just like too many possibilities to say, gee, this is the only thing that could be happening at this particular moment. So that's why what I would do is of course, with the banking facilities is make sure you have a different recovery channel for each of the ones. Get rid of the 2-factor authentication codes. Use an authenticator app instead. So that's on your phone. So these codes are not even going to your email. You're not getting the recovery requests by email. It's going straight to an authenticator app. But you do need to run a full scan, which is not a fun position to be in because, this stuff gets on your machine and it's a nightmare.
But if you don't do something about it, next weekend or the weekend after, it's going to repeat itself.
Yeah, and then if you're dealing with clients' money, that's not a good thing to do
Not
either.
at all.
I might even go out and buy a brand new computer.
Yeah.
Instead of doing a whole factory reset. If we're looking at $60,000, who knows how much other monies that could be hanging out there.
It's just the smarter thing to do. Is that protected? Is that money that was stolen?
Hopefully it is.
Insured?
By the bank.
I would think so.
I mean, hopefully. But But it falls on on us to make sure that we're doing everything that we can, that we're all protected. Gene, I know I just spit out a whole bunch of stuff, but in retrospect, just go buy a brand new computer. Don't use that one again. I wish I had better news for you. All right, so we talk about identity theft, but so often we see that, this data breach and this data breach, it becomes white noise after a while, and I get that. But if you ever want to wonder, what should I do to make sure that I'm not in a position where somebody can steal my identity or what happened in a data breach? Your first step is to always just call your bank and freeze your account, whatever could be out there with that credit breach. And also be sure to file a fraud report with all 4 credit bureaus in case you see any fraud on a routine credit report. And yes, I said 4, in case you're wondering. Yes, we have the links to all 4 over at commando.com. And if you haven't already, hey, listen, we just heard from Cindy, her brother saved $50,000 by getting our free newsletters. You should subscribe too right now at getkim.com. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. Boy, that last hour was loaded, right? Okay, don't go anywhere because hour 2 is stacked. Coming up, your Google Home camera doesn't just know your face anymore. It knows your body. And that Pixel Watch, it can now tell if you've died. The kids are asking AI for life advice before they ask mom and dad. An Uber driver named Michael jumps in and saves a woman from getting scammed. Love him for that. Plus, my AI tool of the week is Claude Design. Total game changer. That's all next. Everywhere you look, everywhere you turn, somebody's once again putting a camera in front of our face.
That's not true.
Really?
They're not everywhere.
They are everywhere.
No, they're not.
Okay, smile. Hi. Google Home. You have Google Home.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I do, yeah. I think it works really well.
What's the best part?
Well, I mean, we've had it forever.
So you're not going to change?
No, and I also have YouTube Music. And so it tied in, so I don't have to add.
So you're in that whole Google infrastructure ecosystem.
When it comes to the home, yeah, absolutely.
Well, they have a new upgrade coming.
And am I going to hang it?
The cameras will now recognize you by your body size and the color of your clothes. But now, they say your face is hidden.
I love when they say that. They're like, we understand. You think this is going to be an invasion of your privacy, but we've covered your left eye with an emoji.
It's amazing.
You don't know who it is.
No, I would never know.
But I have the minis. So those don't have cameras, right?
Well, you know what? When you upgrade, because those are going to be discontinued quite soon.
Well, because they don't have cameras and exactly. They can't collect enough information.
I mean, they're going to say, do you want us to support them forever? We can't do that.
What are you talking about? I know you bought 8 for your house, Andrew, but guess what? You got to buy 8 more.
So basically, your Google Home, and you have to sign up for the premium edition for this, by the way, will see your silhouette.
But they already do that with your voice. They already know, the speaker in my bedroom knows my voice.
Of course it does.
And when other people try to use that speaker, they struggle sometimes because it is looking and listening for my voice.
But think about this. This is like gym goals. I mean,
exactly. I got to lose 20 pounds. My AI keeps looking at me.
It looks at you and goes "Ooh, what happened to you? You better stop eating the bonbons." Oh, that reminds me of a story.
The weather outside is 73 degrees, chubby.
Yes. It's kind of the same thing. Is that I met my friend Mary for lunch. And so she rode her bike over, and I said, I'll just, it's 4 miles away. I said, I'll just go for a run, and I'll meet you there for lunch. So I get there. And she looks at me and she goes, "What happened to you?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "You've been eating too many bonbons sitting at that desk."
Are you serious? She called you overweight?
And I said, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "Turn around. Your butt is as big as Kim Kardashian's." And I'm like, "Oh," and I said, "Oh, wait." So I had a zipper pocket in my running shorts, and I pulled out a pair of glasses, my keys.
It's just your accessories.
My water bottle.
You had a whole fanny pack on your fanny.
Exactly. And I'm like, and then she was like, "Never wear those shorts ever again. Never, ever." But back to the Google Home camera.
Right.
It has an additional trick that I'm going to tell you about in just a second.
All right.
Because
I like how you use the word trick. It seems like it's going to be stealing my information some way, somehow.
It's Google.
Of course they are.
So not only can your Google Home call you chubby, but now it says it can identify sounds and alert you.
What kind of sounds? Remember, I have one of these in my bedroom.
You might want to move it. Just saying. Because it's not just motion that it detects now. It could be a dog barking, an alarm blaring.
Sure, those are safe.
Footsteps at 2 a.m.
Still PG, gotcha.
Anything else that you might be doing?
Yeah, we might be unplugging that one.
Okay. So what you can do is open the Google Home app, find familiar face detection. You can turn that off. And but you also have to pay for a Google Home Premium to get these other things.
Oh, well, then I'm not paying for it. All good.
Yeah, but you know what?
I just wanted to turn on the lights.
Yeah, sure.
That's it.
It's going to be playing back and you're like, oh, what was that?
No, we move along.
And just,
carry on.
Oh, you know, the camera would get arrested and be charged with battery.
Oh, we didn't need that.
Yeah, we did.
There's no batteries in it. There's 0 batteries in a Google Home. It plugs into the wall.
We were talking about cameras.
Do you understand that joke does not work?
Okay, it worked for me because I'm laughing.
All right, fair enough.
And sometimes I sit back and I think to myself, how can you ever be so incredibly funny? I look in the mirror, I'm like, gosh, you are so talented.
Really? That's interesting.
Nobody else does it, so I figure out there.
Someone's got it.
Because after all, it's the Kim Commando Show. It's the nation's largest, best, biggest show about all things digital, and award-winning too. Andrew and I were talking about this during the break. That I just happen to be in the National Radio Hall of Fame.
That's very impressive.
And I'm in the ASU Hall of Fame.
That's also impressive. Go
the
Devils.
Arizona Broadcasters Hall of Fame.
Look at this. You're in all these halls of fames.
And you're in none.
No.
Okay.
The Hall of Fame just means you've been around for a while.
Oh.
You can't be.
Ouch. Oh, gosh. That one just went right into me.
Only because it's accurate.
Andrew Babinski joining us once again. All right. So we just talked about Google Home. Now imagine you go to the supermarket and you have the cart. And the cart is now they're called caper carts. It tracks every aisle that you go to, gives ads and coupons based on the products that you're next to. Okay. It looks like an Amazon store cart. It has a ton of cameras, weight sensors, a touch screen, location sensors. It says AI is trained on more than 1.6 billion online grocery orders and a decade of grocery expertise to get this right. And when you're all done, the screen comes up and says, are you sure you have everything that you need?
Sure.
If you want to pay, you could pay for it right on the cart.
Okay.
And so you don't have to worry about, taking things out of the cart,
right.
which is kind of archaic when you think about it.
Well, but I got to load it into my car then with no bags?
Well, you probably bring your own little bags.
Oh, okay.
Because, in California, they charge you 25 cents a bag.
It's down to that price? I thought it was 75 cents last time I was on CVS in California. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's because you get the long receipt with it.
It's true. That's the whole tree right there.
Now, of course, it's tracking you.
Of course, yeah.
Have a problem with that?
No, I'm not in my home. I'm at Fry's or Safeway or Albertsons. It's their home. Whatever they want to do is fine.
But they are going to be selling everything that you bought. I mean, but wouldn't it be funny if the cart came, you're loading things into the cart and then the cart speaker says, hey, fatty, put the M&Ms back.
Hey, are you sure? Are you sure? There's half a calorie box right next to it. You can get that one. I actually, I'm a Costco and a Sam's Club member.
Oh, both?
Yes.
Wow.
I get them for free. I'm not trying to brag. But I was at Sam's Club because, I don't know, we were getting meat or something. And they don't have checkouts anymore at my Sam's Club.
Oh, is it all just scan and go?
It's a huge archway. There's 3 huge archways before you leave, and you have to scan everything on your app while you're shopping, and then you pay for it on the app while you're shopping. And then when you walk through, it confirms that you are a customer that has paid, dings, and you're on your way.
How do they figure out if somebody's stealing something?
They have people at the door, and the archway has got sensors, detectors, cameras, everything. So they're counting all the items in your cart that matches the receipt on your phone before you leave.
So you don't have that person at the end of Costco that looks at you and
they still have
checks
that.
every box.
The worthless person who goes,
so
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm pretending that I'm important,
yes.
But really this is just some sort of optical security measure. Yeah, they still have those as well.
Yeah, which have you ever been stopped by them where they're like, oh, you're supposed to have 17 items, but there's 22 items in the cart, and right. I'm like, you didn't count right.
I was told this was actually for our benefit why they're at the doors at Costco. Because sometimes the people forget to put things in your cart and they want to make sure that you're not forgetting anything. But my bigger point was with the whole Sam's Club thing, this is something Amazon tried years ago and failed at.
Maybe they had everybody in the Philippines
they had
or Indonesia where they were.
Watching you shop with the cash register. But Sam's Club has actually pulled it off.
Which is, I think that's pretty amazing.
It was seamless. It literally was seamless.
But that's another data tracking point.
Yeah, what is? Like I said, I'm not in my house. I'm in public.
So Tim Cook came out, CEO of Apple, and he told the Wall Street Journal that price hikes are unavoidable because of all the chips. The prices are going up higher.
Apple product price hikes?
Yes. And now they say it could be up to $400 more.
For a cell phone?
Yeah. So
we're not used to that.
So the iPhone Pro could come in at nearly $1,500.
Here's the problem, though. You're going to raise the price by $400, but it's going to be the same exact phone that I already have. I think that's going to hurt them.
It may have a different lightning port.
Oh, I forgot.
You remember when they got rid of the...
Where's my credit card? I can just pull it out now.
Do you remember when they got rid of the home button? We were like, oh my gosh, there's no home button.
My dad was one of those people. He switched just because he wants a physical button.
And then they got rid of... what was it? The headphone jack.
Yeah, they did get rid of the
headphone jack. Everybody was like, oh.
Now, you can't make fun of it. I am one of those people because I like to charge my phone and listen to things at the same time. And this is going to be weird and this is really specific. I fall asleep with headphones in. And if I had the wired ones, when they fell out in the middle of the night, it's no big deal. They're just laying there around on the phone. Now, every single morning, I wake up at 4 a.m. to go to work. Lisa's still asleep. And I'm in the dark trying to find my AirPod that's somewhere in the bed. I missed the headphone jack.
You know what? That's an excuse. You're just trying to take touch with Lisa.
Google, you saw nothing.
I'm just looking for my AirPod.
Whoopsie daisy.
That's all it is. Laptop prices are going up too.
All because of chips.
All because of chips. Let's go back to Google. They just dropped the Android 17 Pixel. And this is interesting now. The Pixel Watch has all these safety tools built in, which I use as an Apple Watch.
You do.
You're
a fangirl.
It can detect a car crash, a hard fall. But now here's the thing. The watch can now detect if there's no pulse.
What is it going to do?
Calls 911.
You're dead.
It's calling 911 for you.
You need a pulse to read the watch to tell you don't have a pulse.
Apple doesn't have that trick yet.
It's worthless.
I didn't want to be cynical, but when I saw that, I get the whole press release from Google. It's like, it does this and does this, and it will detect if you have no pulse.
What's going to send me a text message? You're dead. Just want you to know. You won't see this, but you're dead.
That's awful.
Well, that's what happens.
You know what? It comes up with a little skeleton.
The little skull emoji.
Yeah, the skull emoji right there. Oh, that's awful.
Thank goodness they put that in their new watches.
I love cars.
Yes, you're a car guy.
I do. I love cars. I ordered a new car. I'm not going to get into it, but I ordered a new car, and it's purple.
You're not going to get into it?
No.
You brought it up so you could bring it up.
No, I'm not going to get into it, but because I have to get rid of one car, and I'm going to get a new car, but and
it's purple?
Yeah.
You're just asking for tickets.
No.
Yeah.
It's purple.
Cops see a purple car and they go, oh, that person has money. Let me go ahead and pull him over.
Versus a red car?
Same thing. Red, purple. If you got white or black, you're safe.
Yeah.
Or gray.
Gray. Yes.
You're part of the plebes.
Or crap brown. That might be it too.
I love the brown cars.
I don't like brown cars at all. And green? Oh, I hate green cars.
There's not a ton of green cars, but they have some really nice browns. I don't know why I don't like them.
Jeff Bezos is backing a company called Slate Auto. Okay. Have you heard about this? Slate Auto.
Oh, is this the buildable truck?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I've seen this.
It's a 2-seat electric pickup. Has no radio. Windows you have to crank up and down. Remember that? Rolling up the windows, rolling down the windows. No touchscreen. It only comes in one color. Gray.
To start. Because this is very deceiving. That it's all of these basic things to make it affordable.
Yeah, you can pay extra.
And then when you're building your car, you're going to sit there and you're going to go, well, of course I want power seats. Of course I want power windows. And you're going to get to the price of a regular car by the end anyway.
Well, you can add a radio for $250.
Right.
Speakers for the radio.
It should be a combo set.
$150.
I got the radio this month. Hopefully in October we'll get the speakers.
But I can't hear my song, Dad.
And then a windshield. I can't wait.
The vinyl wrap for different colors, $500.
Okay. Right. And when you put on all these extras, you just get to the price of a regular car.
Well, it's about $25,000. And if you want to lock in your delivery now, it costs you $300.
But the base model is $25,000?
By the time you get to the stuff that you need, like the windshield.
See, this is ridiculous. It's just another car company. It's no different.
Allen wrench is sold separately.
Your jokes are just so bad today.
Oh, they are not. They get worse.
Oh, God. Can't wait.
Oh, here, you ready for it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, about those hand crank windows.
Yes, what about those hand crank windows?
When a sheet of glass gets disrespected, it feels discomfort for up to 12 minutes. It's called window pain.
Oh, my God. That was like a 7.5-hour journey to get a punchline that wasn't even worth it.
I told you they could get worse. You didn't believe me.
You know, I stand corrected. You did a great job.
All right. So what's going on in your tech world? We have a minute.
I saw the story here about kids asking AI before parents.
Yes.
And I have 5 kids. They go from 8 to 16. And this is so true with the older girls, 15 and 16. And if I have to hear, but ChatGPT says one more time, I'm going to go crazy. Because they don't understand that it's all how you form a question when you're talking to ChatGPT.
It hallucinates.
And it can be wrong. But they are arguing back to me with points from an
Give me an
AI
example.
When it came to cooking something. And I was telling them, no, the way you want to do it is like this. And I was instructing them. I was teaching them. I'm a very good chef, very good in the kitchen. And it was, no, ChatGPT says to do this. ChatGPT, and I'm like, you're doing it wrong. Then I said, fine, do it your way. And they screwed it up. And now we're eating burnt dinner.
And you're like,
I hate the phrase, but ChatGPT says.
But ChatGPT says.
It does say. And it's a toaster. And you don't listen to a toaster. You listen to your parents.
Exactly.
But I do want to say, when it comes to this, the schools in Arizona, I don't know if this is the case, they have terrified the younger kids about AI.
In what way?
If you use AI to learn, you're cheating yourself. And it is ingrained in the younger ones.
Oh, I like that.
My son, who's 12, I was being lazy and we were doing math together. And I said, well, he's like, no, we can't. Because if we turn to AI, we're going to turn to AI for everything. And then we're not going to learn nothing. And that's what the younger kids have been pushed towards. The older girls are doing it for everything.
Have you looked up what ChatGPT says about you?
No.
Ooh,
I don't want to know.
Before we start all the phone calls, I have to tell you, sometimes I come up with this really genius stuff.
Okay. So far during the show, you've called yourself super intelligent, absolutely beautiful, and now you have amazing ideas.
I didn't say beautiful. I don't know where that came
from. You did.
In.
You said you look in the mirror and you say that.
I say, I'm so incredibly funny.
No one says that. Not even you. But go ahead.
So what you want to do is if your computer's acting up, whether you're on Windows or Mac, when you you download a report from your computer, a systems report, and then you upload that report to your favorite chatbot, whatever it is.
Right.
And you say, analyze this whole report and then tell me what's wrong with my computer. So this way you don't have to take it to Best Buy or Geek Squad or anything like that. Because every PC and Mac, they do give these detailed reports. And so on Windows, it's like MS Info 32. On a Mac, it's called System Information. And you say, you are a PC and Mac health expert. List anything critical, something that needs attention, don't skip the critical stuff or the really bad stuff.
Is this going to find problems with drivers, or is this going to find viruses and malware?
No, it may find drivers. Okay. It may find outdated software that you haven't used in a long time. Maybe you're running out of system resources. Maybe there's not enough free hard drive space to create RAM.
Okay.
When I ran it on my Mac, it actually was interesting. It said that I had remote access turned on. And I did have it turned on for when we had, I would let IT come in and fix it.
Okay.
But I should have turned it off afterwards.
Sure.
So anyway, in case you need this prompt, it's over at commando.com. Kimberly in Raleigh, North Carolina I bet you are incredibly funny and beautiful too, based on that name.
Oh, absolutely.
She has. That was a good one.
I want to begin, Kim, by telling you, though, that I had been following you ever since 2000, I think it was. I used to get your newsletter. It was way back when we had a monitor and dial-up and all that. But you used to, on your newsletter back then, you used to put little different websites. Mm-hmm. And I had quite a collection of your websites back then.
Yeah, we used to crash people's websites then.
Oh, yeah. You'd send it out and say, hey, go check this out. And everybody would.
Everybody would. We got some great advertisers that way, though.
That is true.
So I lost contact with you, and then a few years ago I picked you up again, so I'm getting your newsletters, and I get them every morning, and I usually peruse through them to see what's interesting, what I can do to my laptop or my phone to, help something, block something, whatever. And this, I guess it was late last week, this thing for photo enhancement came up. And I thought, I have a picture of my grandmother and grandfather. They're my mom's mom and dad. And my mom was born in 1918. So, and this is taken before she was born. So, it was old. It was yellow. It was faded. I could tell who it was, but you couldn't really tell who it was. So I tried your AI thing or the Gemini, whatever. And I literally gasped. I could not believe I saw my grandma, my grandpa, and there was even somebody in the background that I never knew was there before. So I was so impressed by it. I tried it on my mom and dad's wedding photo, and my dad, I knew he was attractive, but that really brought out his attractiveness in that photo. And my mom just looked absolutely gorgeous. So that provoked me to write you an email, to tell you that idea is just so fantastic. I've had so much fun.
Isn't that great? Isn't it? Yeah. It's so, where that came from, I just in case you missed that in the newsletter, for all of our listeners and viewers, is that we have a group chat. And there's like 15 to 17 family members in this group chat. And my cousin Arlene, she was, I think, 2 years old when her father, my uncle, died in a car accident. And so it was his birthday. And so she was saying, happy heavenly birthday to Dad in the group chat. Mm-hmm. And then people started saying like, Harold Jr. was a great guy and this. And then she put a photo in and she said, look how handsome he was. And you couldn't really see him in this photo because, it was from, I think this was in, I think he died in 1963. I wasn't even born yet. And and then I put it in, I said, well, here, let me show you how handsome he is. And then I put it inside Gemini and I gave it a specific prompt. And then I put it in the chat and then everybody was like, I'm crying right now. And it's really something. I mean, we've always had tools to bring things back, but I think it was always out of our range.
Or you had to have a special skill. You needed to be trained to know how to get it to this. All you have to do now is copy and paste from a newsletter, and you've got perfect photos.
Yes.
Yeah, and you don't have to pay for it either, which is even a better thing because I've had apps on the phone and that say photo enhancement, but you got to pay a subscription, and I don't want to do that because I'm not going to be doing it every day. This with this Gemini.google.com, I think it is. You just plug into Gemini and plug your pictures in. Copy and paste that little verbiage you have that I have saved on a little notepad on my desktop and just put it in there and it comes up like it was taken yesterday. It's amazing.
It really is. I mean, in this, it just absolutely works. Now, the reason why you want to use Gemini, and let me tell you, in case you need this prompt, it's over at commando.com, is, well, first of all, with Gemini, you have to use a specific prompt, like, keep everything the same.
Right.
Okay.
Because the nose will be upside down.
Yeah. Don't change a thing. Okay. ChatGPT stinks at this.
It does. Because I tried it.
Oh, you did?
Because we talked about this. Yes. I don't know if it was off air or on air last week. Yeah. And I tried it with some photos, and it was totally two different people in the photo.
Yes.
One of them was like, I think a llama. Like that's how much ChatGPT does not respect the integrity of the original photo.
But if you have any old photos laying around, it's phenomenal.
It's really cool.
It is. It's very cool. And again, if you need that specific prompt, you want to head over to commando.com. All right, it's time now for our AI tool of the week. Can you do like a sounder for that? Okay, that was lame.
You said, could you? Oh, my gosh.
Okay, we liked it. You don't have to use Photoshop anymore. And you don't have to hire graphic designers. And I'm sorry if you're a graphic designer, but that's just the way the world is right now. Okay. Claude has this brand new design tool that if you haven't used it, and if you need to make a deck, if you need to make marketing materials, let's say you have the design for some type of prototype widget, something that you want to produce, it's really phenomenal. You just sign into claude.ai/design. You tell it what you need, a pitch deck, a website mock-up, whatever it is. And it actually goes through step by step. And it asks you questions. Do you like this? Tell me what you want this. And literally in like 10 minutes, you have a whole redesigned whatever you give it.
But I thought Claude didn't do images. This has got to be brand new.
Oh, it's just brand new. That's what we're talking about.
Wow, because I've tried images before and it doesn't.
This is more not just images. This is more a design.
Okay.
I mean, so if you wanted to say, here's what my website looks like now, show me what it can look like.
But it does reproduce out images that you can then just translate to your website.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
But you might want to use Gemini for the images or ChatGPT for the images. But if you're like me and just a design fool, I mean, I don't know if you noticed what I'm wearing today, but like blue pants and a blue shirt and a white jacket and tan shoes.
Sure.
Okay. My brain does not work that way. I mean, I even told you before we came on the air today, I said I wanted to wear this white jacket, but I couldn't figure out what to put on. So I took a picture of it with Claude. I said, Claude, what can I wear with this white jacket?
And it told you to put on the same color pants and shirt?
Yes.
You couldn't get there?
I told you, I'm a little challenged when it comes to design.
I can't talk.
But, I mean, look at you, schlub man. It's called Claude Design. We have a link to it over at commando.com. We have more of your phone calls still to come.
LinkedIn is pretty amazing at helping you grow your small business. We cannot make your email response time faster. We can help you sell, market, and hire in one place. We cannot help you find space for your 3 desk drinks. Why do you have 3? And while we can't help you find the perfect volume for your presentation video, LinkedIn can help you find the perfect audience for your business. Grow your small business on LinkedIn. Learn more at linkedin.com/smallbusiness.
I love going to Sedona.
Oh, of course. The Red Rocks.
It's gorgeous.
Downtown Sedona. Have you been to the strongest vortex in the world?
I have not.
That's in Sedona. Coincidentally, square in the middle of a gift shop. But still, it is the strongest vortex in the world.
Well, joining us right now is Michael in Sedona, Arizona. And so, Michael, do you know where that vortex is located?
I'm not sure. Maybe it might be up at the Chapel of the Holy Cross, possibly.
No, it's in some roadside gift shop that's trying to sell like $70 wind chimes, but it's there.
Never knew that.
So tell us what's going on.
Okay, so I guess one of my side gigs here was do a little bit of ride sharing. So I happened to have an incident where, I went and accepted a ride that took me out from Sedona all the way out to the VOC, which is the Village of Oak Creek. And the fare was like $20, and I'm like, okay, hey, that's pretty good. So I head all the way out there, and I'm supposed to pick up somebody named Sam.
Okay.
So I get to the location, and I don't see a guy. But I do see an older lady, and she's like got a walker. She's holding a phone. She's got a bag in her hand. She's walking up towards my car, and I'm like, wind down my window as she gets towards my passenger side. And I said, hello, are you Samantha or Sam? Are you looking to get a ride? And she goes, no. Are you a courier? And I said, no, I'm an Uber driver, and I'm supposed to be picking up somebody named Sam at this location. She goes, well, I don't know a Sam. So she starts walking by me, and I stop and put it in park, leave my phone in the car, and I step out, and she's talking to somebody, and, I look at her, and I'm like, is somebody trying to tell you to give somebody, financial stuff or gift cards to a courier? And she goes, I'm not allowed to talk about it. It's confidential. I says, just stop where you're at. I says, that's a scam. Don't do that. And I was a police officer, 32 years, and I helped her back into her house, had her call the sheriff's department.
Good. That's great.
And sat with her and her husband. Her husband confirmed with their bank, and she goes and tells me, she says, somebody from the bank called up, the prior week and said their accounts had been hacked.
Oh.
And they managed to pry confidential information, the account numbers, passcode numbers, and then so they had that. All they needed was the physical cards because she was going to turn over the banking cards to the courier. And I believe I was sent directly to that address, so the criminals were more than likely using the Uber platform
to collect
to hire
everything.
an Uber to go to the house to be the pickup.
Wow.
Because you can text an Uber driver or you can call them, but I didn't have my phone with me. I left it in a car. I don't know if they were trying to contact me or not. But I do know that the pickup was supposed to go back to Sedona. So if that was the case and I was to pick up their cards from the bank, I was going to drop them off somewhere in Sedona, or at least that's who wanted me to do. But I didn't do that, obviously. I noticed what was going on.
Then it's like, okay, so who in Sedona was going to be doing the pickup?
It's not like it's offshore or in some country you never heard of. It's happening right down the street.
So they hired what they do is
mule.
They hire a mule, and then they're going to take that whatever they pick up to maybe a UPS store or whatever.
Or since it was a credit card, they would just have the number and the CCV on the back.
True. And then just take a pic and make it go.
Yeah, it's over.
Wow, that's really something. Do you know how much money they were dealing with?
No, I didn't bother asking. I was glad they were able to stop something like that. It isn't the first time that's happened to me in my career, but I don't know. It felt good to help people again.
Well, it is. That is, and thank goodness that you were there. Because who knows how much they would have lost, right? And
right. Other people wouldn't even been paying attention. They would have just taken the cards, made the delivery, did their job.
Yeah. But, Michael, gold star for you today.
Absolutely.
Thank you for helping out that gal. Kristen in Jacksonville, you're up next. Hi there, Kristen.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi. I was wondering how to use AI to assist with my mom's medical problem. She was diagnosed with a very rare mycobacterium, and when I search information on it, and it's in the eye, the cornea, and when I search information on it, I just get this multitude of stuff that may not apply, that, is in a different area of the body, and I'm just wondering how to write a prompt in AI so that I can get the correct information back to see what kind of treatment there is. Is she getting the right
and it's
treatment?
phenomenal when you can do this. It really is. I don't know if you saw the story, but AI just solved 18 previously. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with these kids. 18 various diseases with children the other day. I mean, 18 diseases.
Awesome.
I mean, wow. And so now these kids are not sitting there going like, oh, we don't know what's wrong with you. Now we can do a treatment. First thing is that whenever you're doing a medical prompt, just know that, none of these chatbots are HIPAA compliant, right? You can turn on a temporary chat and also redact all your mom's personal information, okay?
Okay.
And then your first step is to always tell it what you need it to be. What type of medical specialist do you need it to be?
Okay.
And then it will assume that persona, say, this is my mom. She's how old? These are her conditions. This is what the prognosis is. And I'm looking for alternative treatments, additional facilities to take her, put everything in plain English, right? So we can understand it. Look for any clinical trials, any therapies that may be out of the box. And put it all in a list. And then also give me 10 questions that I can ask her current doctor that I may not have thought of before. So it becomes, so you're going to think of AI as your advocate, Kristen.
Okay.
And then you're going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then what I would do at that point is I would take that report from, say, let's say you started ChatGPT. I would take that report and then I would paste it into Gemini. And I would say, this is what ChatGPT says. Now, what do you think, Gemini? And then Gemini will come in, and then I'd take that report and the ChatGPT report, and I plug it into Claude and see what Claude says. And then from there, you're going to have 3 different opinions, but a lot more information that you can understand. Does that make sense? I think it does. And you should try it. Have you ever tried anything like that?
No. Anytime I ask ChatGPT about health, it just says go to the emergency room. So I've given up.
That even with that rash that you got?
Yeah. And it's spread everywhere.
It's disgusting. Okay, here's the horrifying thought that there's a person watching every single move on your phone. It's called stalkerware, software that hides in your phone, and it feeds your text, your calls, your location, everything that you do on your phone to somebody else. Here are some signs. Your phone runs hot just by sitting there. The battery's dead by lunch. The data spikes for no apparent reason. There's apps that you don't remember. The biggest tell is someone knows things about you that they wouldn't otherwise know. And in case you're sitting there thinking, like, I can check all those boxes, hit commando.com. We have a tip right there, free for you, right on the site that tells you the steps that you need to take next to make sure that stalkerware is gone. And I want you to make sure that you do it the safe way. And while you're there, make sure that you sign up for our free newsletter over at getkim.com. Okay, it's time to stretch. Oh, put those arms up in the air, because still ahead, teenagers are surfing on top of moving Waymos. Yes, literally on the roof. There's AI that watches your pool and catches a drowning before any human could. That's amazing. We also dig into data centers quietly eating your town's power and water. And a UC Berkeley professor, Dr. Hany Farid, admits that even he gets fooled by today's deepfakes. It's something. I mean, if an expert can't spot them, what chance do you have? That's Hour 3, straight ahead. So it's summertime, and the teenagers are getting a little bored.
Oh, yes, they are.
You see that in your household?
Oh, absolutely. The girls came downstairs, and they were like, hey, we are bored. Can we go to Hawaii? That was their solution to their summer boredom was, can we go to Hawaii? And then Brielle's like, yeah, I was researching the Alani Resort. The Disney Alani Resort. I was like, oh, okay. I'll pay for the first night. You guys pay for the rest. We're $60,000.
Okay. Then they're like, we're not that bored?
No, they still wanted to go.
No. Well, let me tell you what's happening. And this is not just happening in California, but this is the story. It came from California. Is that Santa Monica, suburb of Los Angeles, in case you're unaware, is that they're getting into Waymos. The teenagers are.
Okay.
And they're having like a party.
Oh, that's fun.
In the Waymo. They're hanging out of it. One kid was perching on the window's ledge. Another popped through a roof like he was surfing down the street.
Okay, we've went from fun to criminal activity.
A lot of selfies. A woman actually pulled alongside, horrified, telling them, sit down, sit down, sit down in the car. One kid actually looked at her and said, no, I speak only Italian.
Oh, gosh. I'm sure he did. Well, it's cheap. Oh, you don't got to tip anybody. What's a Waymo cost? $15 to go across town? That's a really inexpensive party.
Yes, it is.
But you're saying teens. Yes. They get in these all by themselves? They don't need adults?
Well, in Phoenix, you can without an adult. But in other communities, you should be at least 18.
That's what I thought. Okay.
And then, so they shouldn't be doing this. But, you know,
yeah,
the Waymo comes in and goes, how old are you?
Right.
I'm 18.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Get on in.
So here's what happened. Waymo suspended all their accounts.
Good.
All the kids' accounts.
Now they'll never do it again until they hack the system or just use someone else's account.
But that woman, she followed them for miles.
Because she was so freaked out by what they were doing.
Yeah, she was so afraid that somebody's going to get hurt, So that's something like that. But you have to remember that the robotaxi is not a babysitter.
It's not.
It's not. I mean, you want to lock down the app. Mm-hmm. In the car, it didn't say a word the whole time.
It didn't say anything?
No, because someone forgot to install the driver.
Okay, boy. Okay. Oh, boy.
That was a tech joke.
This is an all-timer today.
All-time greatness.
Okay, we all have our own opinions.
Because after all, this show is award-winning. It's the best. It's the biggest show about all things digital because I'm Kim Commando. And joining me is Andrew Babinski, of course. And let's see, you can get the show as a podcast. You can get it as, streaming in your radio app. You can watch the show on youtube.com/KimCommando.
We can?
Yes.
I could go to youtube.com/KimCommando and watch the show?
100%.
But what if you put up a new show or new content? How would I even know?
You should subscribe.
That's right. I could subscribe. That's a great idea, Kim.
God, that's so cheesy.
No, that was totally natural.
So have you gone down in Phoenix, Arizona on 40th Street and the I-10 freeway?
Okay.
There are these massive buildings, like
I drive by there every single day.
Sizes of like 30 football fields.
Okay.
I mean, huge buildings, huge. And it was probably land that we couldn't sell. If you look right there, you can see what it looked like on the left, in case you are watching on YouTube.
Though they're building the I-17 and the 101 as well.
Exactly. And these are massive data centers.
Oh, boy.
And we've been getting a lot of questions about it, DMs and feedback and what exactly is a data center? And if you look at that data center where you have 30 football fields, let me ask you a question. How many people do you think work there? How many people?
You're asking the question, so I know it's either going to be an extremely high number or an extremely low.
Yes.
Because it's a data center, it's a bunch of computers computing, I'm going to say 25 people.
You're close. Around 30.
Okay.
That was actually a really good guess. Because in case you're wondering, what do the data centers do? Anything that you do is being done in a data center, whether it's streaming something from Netflix or writing an email, a report, using ChatGPT.
Has this always been the case when it comes to the internet?
Yeah, but we haven't had the need for so many big data centers. There's 5,400 data centers across the United States.
Okay.
There's one area in Virginia, Ashburn, Virginia. It has so many. It's called Data Center Alley.
Okay, that doesn't sound like a great nickname to have.
Well, I'm going to be moving to Virginia, and I'm so excited. It's Data Center Alley.
Chicago's the Windy City, New York's the Big Apple, and then you have Data Center Alley.
Your hospital records, any piece of data.
Right.
It's all there. And they're springing up all across the country.
Who buys them? Who's paying for them?
All these big companies.
They have their own, or there's not another big company that then rents out the space?
They're renting out the space. This QTX is the one in Phoenix.
Okay.
That's renting out the space. And, it was interesting because I've driven by there so often in my life and thought, who would they ever buy? Who would they sell this land to?
Right, I mean, it's right next to the airport.
Yes.
It's going to be loud.
Exactly.
Awful.
But neighborhood values go down 5 miles around any type of data center.
Because of noise. It's got to be loud.
It's kind of like having an idle pickup truck in your living room.
That's bad.
At any
I've never had it, but I'm going to go and speculate that that's a bad thing.
But the noise ordinances in a lot of communities cover loud noises.
Yeah, but not the low rumbles.
Not the low rumbles. And so that's why a lot of people are freaking out. One facility can use as much as a town of 50,000 people with water a day because they have to cool the servers.
And there's 4 facilities there.
Okay.
So that's a town of 200,000 people.
Right, a day.
Wow.
All the water. And so, and this is what has people a lot of freaked out because, what happens to the power lines? Where's the water coming from? What kind of jobs? One report found ratepayers in 7 states paid $4.3 billion for data center grid connections in 2024.
I don't know what that means.
It means they shelled out a lot of money to put in the power grid for the data centers.
Okay.
And I think Microsoft got $38 billion from one state for a data center, and they employed 20 people.
That's not a good exchange there.
No. So if a data center is going up near you, you need to know about it. You need to go to the meetings, the planning committees, and really get involved.
Is there anything you can do?
Probably not, but you can maybe put some restrictions on it.
Okay.
Perhaps, but we have so many data centers coming up here in Phoenix, and
which doesn't make any sense because it's so hot here, and you have to keep everything cool. Why wouldn't you go to a climate that is more? Is it because it's so dry?
Well, because we don't have fires, floods, earthquakes, hurricanes, and it is hot. But they can use some solar.
We have haboobs. Have they thought about how the data centers will be affected by haboobs?
Well, there's so much going on here in Phoenix. I was talking about this with a friend of mine that you can now go from Phoenix to Taipei nonstop.
That's huge.
That is huge. A 14-hour flight from Phoenix to Taipei. You leave at it leaves at like 11:30 at night. But Air China coming into Phoenix. Who would have ever thought that would be even a possibility? Meanwhile, GM just said bye-bye to 1,000 workers in their Detroit plant.
Replaced by AI?
50 robots. 1,000 people, 50 robots. The union's response said, "We are disgusted."
Yeah.
But you think about it, it's real people, real paychecks, real families.
And it's just the beginning.
Yeah,
We're going to see this more and more and more with every company in every industry.
And then also what's happening is middle management's getting cut out. You know what middle management is? Mm-hmm. Well, how would you describe a middle manager?
Well, if you look at the structure of, because I, host a morning radio show here in the Valley, and we have the big bosses, and then the regional, and then the national, and then the regional, and then the city, and then the exact station. Well, everyone between me and the big boss is a middle manager for me.
Yes, they are.
That's 6 layers of people.
Yes. And and the middle manager was their people that would do the reports.
Right.
And justify their existence.
Well,
the person above.
I would tell my direct manager, and then they'd send it up the line, and then everybody just rewrite it until it got to the top.
And now they're hasta la vista. So if you are in a middle management position, you need to start looking for a new career. I mean, that's
new career.
Bottom line.
Because it's going to be everywhere.
It is. It's just everywhere. You need to have some AI skills. This is really something, because I don't know why, and I've never had, fortunately, any problem with pool safety. But anytime it comes in the summer where a child dies in a pool, it just, I sit there, I'm like, where was mommy and daddy?
How?
I mean, I'm sure you were, I remember I always say, like, you're on Ian duty, and just point to that person and say, you're on Ian duty.
We just made sure the kids knew how to swim as young as possible.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think Ian was an infant.
Yeah.
And it was like, I'm like, do you think he's really learning? And then she's like, here, let me show you.
And he just pushed him in the pool?
Yeah, no, she did. But he went on his back. He went right on his back. AI is actually getting into pool safety. I want you to look at this image right there. If you're watching us on YouTube, and if you're listening to us on radio, Andrew explained that, or basically I'll tell you what it is that if there's a kid in the pool, AI can, with cameras under the water, can sense if that's a toddler or an adult who's having problems. And if there's a lifeguard on duty, the lifeguard's wearing a special watch that tells him which person in that pool is having a problem.
Okay.
So the lifeguard's just not sitting there now, like, gazing out, being the lifeguard, which is, great. Mm-hmm. But now he or she is getting really good assistance.
Yeah, it's a helper.
AI to do this. Pool Angel is an AI safety camera alarm system, starts at $900. There's something called Milo, has an AI-powered pool alarm, above water, underwater monitoring. And if you do get one, just, there's no substitute for eyes.
No.
Obviously. But
again, it's just a helper.
Exactly. Another new product that has come out is that if you're in a place, like here in the studio, wouldn't it be nice to have a skylight?
To see the stars?
Yeah.
Sure.
To get in some extra light?
Yeah.
Well, now Philips is giving us a skylight.
That's not a skylight.
That you can put anywhere.
It's just a box with a blue screen on it.
And you can get a sky. You could pretend it's a sky.
Is it an artificial sky, like with clouds moving and it changes from daylight to sunlight?
You get cool light in the morning.
Okay.
Warm light in the afternoon. It follows the sun automatically. It produces UVB rays to help you get your vitamin D.
Oh, that's interesting.
It shuts off after 8 hours so you don't get sunburn. I'm not making this up.
I'm not going to put a light in my house that's going to give me sunburn. I'm going to do the dishes. Then we got the SPF 50.
So it's like $600. It's coming to the United States. So wherever you want a skylight, you can have a skylight.
All right, great.
And I think that's something else.
That's something else means I think that's stupid.
It's stupid.
That's translation.
Okay, I don't want my money wrapped up in this.
No, absolutely not.
I guess, but maybe, think about this. What if you lived in we may be biased. Because, let's see, right now it's 104 degrees outside.
Right.
and it's hot and sunny. I always said, like, if I could come back as somebody, I would want to be a weather person in Phoenix. It's hot and sunny today.
Easiest job in the world.
Hot and sunny tomorrow.
Maybe it'll rain. If it does, it'll only be for like 10 minutes.
Guess what? Hot and sunny the next day.
Is it gonna?
Yes.
That's so. I'm glad you went to school for that.
I know. I'm a bona fide meteorologist. Not
so
really.
Smart.
I know. It's just crazy. Anita in Sacramento, California. Welcome aboard, Anita.
Good afternoon, Kim. How are you?
Fabulous. So what's on your mind?
Well, I have been getting your newsletters, the current and the AI newsletter, and I love them both. And I click all your links, so there you go. I sent you a message, and I am very interested in what you think. In one of your newsletters, you mentioned that you love your Apple Watch, and I love my Apple Watch, and I wear it almost all the time. But I have a lot of friends. I'm really into holistic health, and so are most of my friends.
Sure.
And I've gotten scolded for wearing an Apple Watch, and they say that the EMF exposure is bad for you. And I did a little bit of research, and some of it is sort of kind of has some evidence, but a lot of it doesn't. But there seems to be the biggest concerns are mitochondrial dysfunction and oxidative stress and inflammation.
Yeah, I've seen all those reports, and I'm really into it too, as far as health goes.
Hold on, though. All these friends that are telling you this, do they have cell phones?
All of them, of course.
Of course they do.
Okay, that's probably worse than what you're seeing on your wrist. See, the Apple Watch is non-ionizing. Okay, and X-ray is ionizing, and that can damage your DNA. So it's two different type of things. The other thing too is there's something called the SAR, the specific absorption rate. The Apple Watch is like 0.17 watts per kilogram. The safety ceiling is 1.6 watts. So it's a big difference. Trust me, if I thought that I was going to get hurt by this Apple Watch,
right, you'd make someone else wear it and just follow you behind.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, because that would make more sense for me. Let them get hurt.
Exactly.
But when we look at the benefits of having an Apple Watch, if you fall, crash detection,
right?
Low heart rate, high heart rate. I don't know if you've done this yet. Are you tracking your VO2 max on your watch?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We love that. Okay.
I love it. And and it tells me when I've closed all my rings. If I close all my standing and my exercise and my movement ring, I actually get credit for it on my life insurance.
Oh, which is nice. And you know what? There are some people that they put their Apple Watch on a fan, and so it moves all around. So
nice.
My steps
That's a
in.
good idea.
Your exercise ring has closed, and they're like, "Yeah, keep it up there."
Could you put the fan on high? I slept in, and I need to really catch up.
Yeah, I mean that isn't that nuts. I mean that's a little being obsessive.
A little bit.
But Anita, I wouldn't worry about it. And there's always going to be people who are going to say whatever. Thanks for your call, Anita. We have more of the show coming right up.
This is going to be an extremely busy month. I have to watch 104 soccer games, follow the pregame, the postgame, yell useless opinions at the TV. It's a lot. So I knew that when it comes to screening for colon cancer, the choice was clear. The Cologuard Plus test. It can be used at home and can only take 15 minutes, so I can do it during halftime and not miss any action. If you are 45 or older and at average risk, ask your healthcare provider about screening for colon cancer with the Cologuard test. You can also request a prescription at Cologuard.com.
All right, think about this. You see a photo, see a video online, and you think, is that real or is that fake?
Sure, you can question everything now.
Isn't that crazy? I do the same thing. I saw a video of two paddle boarders in Santa Barbara with this big, 15-foot shark next to the paddleboard. And I thought, that's got to be fake. Turns out it's true.
How about the Brazilian bungee jumper?
Oh,
I thought 100%. I went, whatever. That's AI. That's not real.
What a tragedy.
I know, but I'm saying we question everything we see now.
Okay, our next guest is probably the best person on the planet for saying, this is fake. Professor Hany Farid. He invented this whole world of digital forensics. He's been on the show before. Yeah. He does a fantastic job. The reason why we asked him back, he's a professor at UC Berkeley, chief science officer at Get Real Security, is that recently, Dr. Farid, thank you for being here, is that you told the New York Times that you feel like you're going blind. Why is that?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's good to talk to you again. I don't think it's been that long, and it's an indication of how fast this technology is changing. Look, so my bread and butter is developing mathematical and computational techniques that can analyze images and video and discover patterns that can determine if something is real or not. And so we work with law enforcement and national security and media outlets and organizations to help figure out what's going on in the world. But along the way, we learn a lot about how fake things are made. And so when I would look at something, whether it was an image or a video, usually I had a pretty good indication of whether I thought it was real or not. And that was because I knew what the weaknesses of these techniques were. I knew where they would make mistakes, and I could usually visually latch onto them. And then you bring in the math and the computation to really assure yourself that you've gotten the right thing. But lately, and by lately I really mean the last 6 months or so, my visual system, and it is very well trained, is really struggling. And that's because these images and these videos, and you were saying it at the top of the segment, are just getting so good. But here's the other thing that's so difficult. It's not just that we're not seeing flaws in fake content, is that when we do see remarkable images and remarkable videos, we're immediately suspicious of them.
Yeah, we are.
And so it just... Yeah, and so everything, and we knew we were going to get here. As soon as we started hearing about deepfakes, we knew we'd get to a point where they were going to become imperceptibly indistinguishable from reality. I just didn't think it would come this fast. I thought we had more time, but here we are. And of course, social media is now riddled with this content. And so I think the average person doom scrolling online is really struggling. And it's not just that they can't tell real from fake, is that they're getting scams and they're being defrauded and they're being misled and lied to and being pushed into conspiracies that are not true. And it's dangerous for individuals and societies and democracies.
And so when you talk about that, you mean all the Elon Musk investment scams, right, that are out there?
Everything from the Elon Musk investment scams to people getting phone calls who they think are their kids who have been kidnapped, getting photos of their kids being kidnapped. I saw one the other day, somebody, and there's a special place in hell for people who do this, by the way. It was a photo, they had taken a photo of somebody's dog, and AI generated them in a hospital under surgery saying you have to send $2,000 or they're going to euthanize your dog. I mean, the creativity of the scammers is phenomenal because the power of the AI is equally phenomenal. And you're seeing this, by the way, at the corporate level, too. You're seeing enterprises losing tens of millions of dollars because they are getting on calls with who they think is their CEO, and it is not.
Just transferring money.
Yeah. Transferring money. We have seen enterprises hiring North Korean imposters who are then embedded in these companies. So the amount of fraud, because if you think about how much of our, not just our personal lives, but our business is happening over Zoom calls and team calls and WebEx calls, it is we tend to trust what we see, and it's just not really true anymore.
I would imagine that the scammers are just using what's available to everybody, the ChatGPTs and stuff like that. Is there technology that's not available to the general public that goes even beyond what they're using?
Yeah, it's a great question. So the sort of run-of-the-mill scammer is using commercial products. So OpenAI, Gemini, pick your favorite model. But state-sponsored actors, China, Russia, et cetera, they are almost certainly have access to tools that we do not have access to that are even more sophisticated. And so I think it's you see a range of different technologies being deployed. But the fact is that the free stuff is pretty good. And the thing you have to understand about scammers and cyber criminals is they can fail 99% of the time, and they're still wildly successful, multi-billion-dollar a year industry scamming people out of money. And of course, now what they're doing is they're turning AI agents into the part of the process. So it's not a human on the keyboard having to do the interactions. They're literally AI agents 24/7. They don't sleep. They don't get tired. They don't have a moral conscience. They are scamming people.
Yeah, let me.
AI's even taking the job of the scammers. Pretty soon we're going to have less scammers.
You were talking about the robots. Even the scammers are going to be out of a job.
I have this is a serious question, and this is something I've always thought of. I haven't really vocalized it very much because I didn't want to put it out there. But one of the things that I've always in the back of my mind that has always bothered me is that just imagine if this scenario happened, that somebody deep-faked our president, and Trump's in office, so let's say President Trump gets deep-faked, and he talks about, and the deep-fake says that there's an incoming missile from China or Russia, and we need everybody to go home and, make sure you have enough food and water for the next week. And this is a national emergency, and puts that out on social media.
Yeah. Well, first, two things. One is thank you for that vision.
You know what your nightmare is going to be about tonight.
For God's sakes, if I didn't have enough problems.
Sorry. He's like, next time we call him, he's like, I'm not coming back on that show ever again.
Not that crazy lady.
My booker's going to have a word with, I'm going to have a word with my booker. Two is, first of all, I don't think this is out of the question. We have seen things, I would say, adjacent to that. So we saw an escalation between India and Pakistan around a fake image that did not lead to catastrophic, but was a clear escalation. So that's number one. And we've seen, for example, members of the U.S. Senate Foreign Relations getting on phone calls with who they think are the Ukrainians, but they are the Russians. Right, so we've seen things that are adjacent with geopolitical implications. That's number one. Number two is this is not out of the question. I mean, it's certainly capable. We are capable of generating that type of fake content. And then, of course, social media is the delivery mechanism. So if you are, say, Russia or an adversary and you want to create chaos, say, on the eve of an election, this would be a highly effective way to do that. And it only has to work for, a few hours and completely disrupt an election. So I think that is worrisome. And I will tell you, without telling you things that I can't tell you, this is something that worries national security. This is a national security issue because that scenario is not out of the question. And that's a global implication. And by the way, let me make it slightly worse, which is somebody releases a video of the current president saying, I've launched nuclear missiles against Russia, and Russia panics and decides to launch in retaliation. So now imagine it's escalating. It's not just, we're panicked and we're all going to go hoarding food and go home. You can imagine escalations because things at the geopolitical level happen very, very quickly, as we have seen in the past few years.
Yeah, that's horrifying.
Is that illegal in the United States of America?
I'm sure. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I'm not a legal scholar, so I'm not the right person. But we tread into very unknown territory. We're not prepared for this. The legal system is not prepared for this. We're not ready for this. But certainly, the quintessential yelling fire in a movie theater
that would
covers this, right?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, it used to be, and I say used to be, and it's not that long ago. Maybe 3 years ago. That we would see an AI-generated image and be like, and I actually kept mine up on Instagram because I have like 2 noses and 3 ears. And, Are there any telltale signs now?
Yeah. First of all, I miss those days. My job was so much easier when people had 2 noses and 7 fingers. It was great. I loved it.
One of the best ones was when the founding fathers were all African American.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was classic. That was good. Yeah, I'm glad we can reminisce about these things. Okay, so the answer to your question is 2 parts. The short answer is yes, but I'm not going to tell you what they are, and here's why. Because in 3 months, it won't be true anymore. And then everybody listening now is going to have a false sense of security. And you saw that with the fingers. For a long time, people had 6 fingers. And so the bit was, I'll just look at the fingers. But that stopped being true not long after that. Mm-hmm. And so there are still some visual clues in videos. They're very difficult to latch onto. They tend to have a shelf life of 3 to 6 months, and then we have to look for another artifact. And so that's what makes this so difficult for the average consumer. And so your follow-up question is going to be this, if I may. So what do we do, right? Well, there's some simple answers here. First of all, your listeners can't become digital forensics experts, right? This is a really complicated field. We and the people that work with me have been doing this for decades now, and it's hard. We struggle day to day, and this is what we do for a living. But there are things you can do. So first of all, stop getting your news and information from social media. It's lying to you. It's not what it was designed for, and it's not, frankly, very good at it. So if you are spending a lot of time on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and X, and you're using that for entertainment, fine. I think there's better ways to spend your time, but fine. But it is not. It is not a place to get informed about the world. People are lying to you, and I think people should get angry about that. People should be mad if they are
but
being
they're not.
deceived.
They just say like, oh, well, that's the way it is.
Or they're glad that they're getting fed all this propaganda that justifies what they believe.
I think that's right, and I think that at some point we're going to have to start understanding that we are being lied to and we're being deceived. And my hope is that, because I'm a university professor, you see this new generation coming up, and they don't really want anything to do with this. I think they do see it as toxic, and it is toxic. And by the way, it's overwhelming. Science says the more time you spend on social media, the worse it is for your mental health, the worse it is for your physical health. And so so I'm preaching, and I understand that this is hard because the products are by design addictive. I will tell you what I tell my students, which is I know it's hard to delete the accounts. There's this addiction to it and this need for it. So here's a really simple thing you can do today. Delete them from your phone. You can keep the accounts so that when you're at your desk, you can look at them, but just take it off your phone and you will see the amount of time you spend on these apps, which are not good for you, drop precipitously. And so you're not disconnecting entirely, but you're stopping that doom scrolling every spare moment that you have.
And that's a lot of people just can't do it though, right?
I know. But I will tell you, you are now starting to see in Australia and now in other parts of the world, they are banning social media for people, for minors.
I think
and there's a reason for that.
Yeah, I think they just did. I read this morning in Norway, all the kids can't be on social media.
And that's following Australia. Australia took the lead. Norway followed. Other parts of the EU are going to follow. The UK is going to follow. So I think there's a reason why we are doing that, because we now understand 25 years later that there are problems. And it's not just that social media is toxic and it's dangerous for kids, too. There are predators on these platforms, and kids are being harmed both physically and mentally on the platforms, and so are adults.
Now, just one final question. There's the way that you can, like, if you go to OpenAI.com/verify and then Google Gemini, that you can upload a photo and tell you whether or not it was made with that. Are those tools effective?
Yeah, and they're great, but, and this is a big but, so the way these technologies work, OpenAI and Google has one as well, is that when they create a piece of content, so when Google creates a piece of content, they embed a signal, what is called a watermark, into the content that is not visible. It's not that little star that you see in the bottom right-hand corner. And then if you upload that image to the Google Gemini checker or the OpenAI checker, it will say, I made this. But the problem is that it only works for their content. So if it wasn't made by Gemini, if it wasn't made by OpenAI, it will remain silent. So if you see a watermark, you know something. But if you don't see a watermark, you know absolutely nothing, because it may have simply been created by another AI model.
So that doesn't really matter. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so we use those over at Get Real. So we have watermark readers for Gemini and OpenAI and all the technologies that sits along all the other tools that we do. And in that regard, it's useful because we know to check all of them. And we also know that if we don't find anything, we should remain silent, right? There's no signal there, yeah.
So I guess the old phrase, trust but verify, doesn't apply.
It does not. And so trusted sources is a good place. Who is saying this? What is their motivation? What do you know about them? Why would you believe a random person on social media saying something? So I do think a lot of this has to go back to trusted sources. Is this somebody that I trust? If a random stranger came up to you and started blabbing something, I don't think the average person would be like, well, I believe that. But somehow when we read it on our computer screen, yeah, exactly. So why is it when it's written on the screen, we're like, oh, that must be true? I mean, we've got to rethink a little bit what we're doing here.
Well, thanks for jumping on and talking about all this, and thanks for making my nightmare a little worse. I didn't quite think of the missiles being...
I just want to say.
True. You did start it.
Yeah, I guess I did. Oh, man, now I got visions of missiles going across the ocean and back and forth.
Just go on TikTok for a half an hour. I'll take care of that. You'll have much worse things to think about.
That's true. Oh, wow. That was Dr. Hany Farid, friend of the show. I hope you come back. Please say yes.
Fingers crossed.
You know, every once in a while, I write these prompts, and I think nobody is going to be really interested in it.
Right.
And I wrote one for Splash of AI. That's our Thursday AI newsletter. And it was about how you can use AI to come up with a personal plan. So instead of you just saying, like, I'd like to be healthy, you say, you know what? Be my personal trainer and give me a 90-day plan because these are my goals and this is why I want to lose weight or get stronger or it's a longevity goal, whatever it might be. And then afterwards, make me an infographic of the steps I need to do and the exercise I need to do every day so I can put it on my refrigerator.
Do you think it's important in that prompt to also mention to be your cheerleader? Because if you're trying to get healthier and better yourself, you don't need a chatbot telling you, oh, you only did 30 minutes today, or, oh, I didn't think cheesecake was on the diet plan. You need it to also be a positive influence for you.
Yeah, that's true. But my point in bringing that, I mean, that's a good idea for that, was that I didn't think like this would really resonate with people.
And?
Because it was kind of like preachy. Mm-hmm. Like, you need to be healthy. And I got so much positive feedback.
Well, I mean, I think people want to be healthier. They want to be in better shape. They want to live longer, and they just need help.
Yeah. But I think the idea of having an infographic, somebody wrote me a note and said that by having the infographic on the refrigerator, it reminds me not to eat Hostess cupcakes. It's like, that's an important thing. I trust bargain hotel sites just as much as I trust gas station sushi.
Oh, no. If I've never heard of the site, I'm not booking it.
No. And scams are up big time. And so if you see some ad that says you can save 50% on hotel room, don't do it. Because people are falling for it, and then they go to the hotel, they think they're going to check in. There's nothing there.
And it's sold out, and you got nowhere to go. Now you're paying triple.
So you want to book direct, just type the hotel's name in yourself, and don't be clicking any bargain basement links. Just don't do that. That's not a vacation. That's a nightmare. And be sure to let you get our free newsletter. Join a million folks at getkim.com. Okay, let me just ask you a question. Where else are you going to get all this know-how for free? Yeah, I know. That's why you need to tell at least one friend about the Kim Komando Show and the Kim Komando Podcast. And if you haven't already, make sure that you do sign up for our free newsletters. Over 1 million folks get it. You've heard me say it's 5-star rated. Just sign up. You're going to love it at getkim.com. I'm Kim Komando, of course, and thanks for being here.
This episode is brought to you by Google Health. Stop chasing someone else's definition of health. What matters is what's healthy for you. Google Health offers a new kind of coach built with Gemini for effortless tracking, sleep insights, and holistic coaching tailored to you. Visit googlestore.com to learn more and start a new relationship with your health. Requires Google account, Google Health app, internet, and Google Health Premium subscription. Features subject to change. Availability and results vary. Not intended for medical purposes. Works independently of Gemini apps. Check responses for accuracy.